Hi socialites, and welcome back to another beautiful tutorial. So in today's one, quickly guys, I'm going to be taking you through the process of sewing this particular bubu top. For the cutting of this bubu blouse, I already have that on the channel. It was a live video, so just in case you missed out on that, I'm going to be leaving the link right in the comment section and in the description box. Okay, so like I said already, today's tutorial is all about the sewing of this beautiful bubu, as you can see. So for the style inspiration, it was worn in a skirt, but I think I prefer it on this particular pants. And guys, what do you think? Do you prefer it on the skirt or the pants? So without further ado guys, let's dive right into the tutorial. So I begin with the facing. So here is the facing, which is going to act also as the design on the blouse. So I have it ironed out and I'm going to be folding the edges round about. So to get that done, I have to fold it into two so that I can notch this curved area. Okay, so the notching is going to give the curved area a very good finishing when folded. So I began by folding all the edges of the facing with a pressing iron. Okay, so if your facing is very soft or you're using a softer fabric for that, you can as well attach an interfacing to give it a bit of a hardness so that the folding is not too difficult for you to achieve. So I continued with the folding of the edge. I use 1/4 of an inch for this folding. You can use half, but the smaller the better, so that the folding comes out very clean and makes it easier for you as well. So this is basically what the folding looks like. I folded from the beginning to the very end of this facing. Okay, so at this point guys, if you are just watching and haven't subscribed, please, I seek your indulgence. Please hit on that subscribe button, put up your notification bell to get notified whenever I upload a tutorial like this. So with that being said guys, we are done with the folding of the edges of our interfacing. So at this point I'm trying to knit in all the edges, and then I ironed the front part as well. This would enable it to come out very clean and very perfect as it can be. Okay, so basically we're done with that, and this is the belt that we're going to use to create the ruches at the front, and then this is going to be like the caging for that. So okay, I'm going to be measuring the length of this cage. So this is the measurement for it, and I have about 11 inches for that. So that's going to determine the length of this one. So I measured 11 inches plus the sewing allowance. Okay, so I added about 1.5 inches for the seam allowance. I have that cut out. So at this point I'm going to be folding it to get the midpoint. Okay, so but before I continue with the folding or to finish the folding, I'm supposed to stitch the two edges. So I have it folded into two like so and have it stitched down on both sides. Okay, so after stitching, this is what it looks like. So I'm trimming out the threads at this point. So now that I'm done stitching the edges, I have to continue with my folding. So I have it folded to get the midpoint of this caging, and then after that I'm going to be folding the edges as well using 1/2 inch. Okay, the folded edges are the points that are going to be stitching on the main fabric. Okay, that's the essence of the ironing of these two edges. So I have it ironed in, like I said, using 1/2 inch, and this is what it looks like after that. Okay, so this is for the passing of the rope. This is the rope itself, and then this is the facing. So at this point the three of them are set for use. So I come back to the main blouse, and then at this point I'm ready to attach the caging. So I'm going to be stitching at the center first and then stitch on both sides. Okay, so that's what I'm going to be doing, but before then I have to hem the down part of the blouse. So I have it stitched at the center and on both sides. So after having had that stitched on the blouse, this is what it should look like, or this is what it is looking like on this particular one. So the passing of the rope is going to be done through this space that we have here. Okay, but that is going to come last. So at this point we're going to be stitching our fold or our pleats on the shoulder. Remember, we measured 20 inches from the back to the front. Okay, so that is 10 inches from the shoulder to the back, and then 10 inches from the shoulder to the front, making it a total of 20 inches for the length of the pleat. So we have that stitched as well. Now it's time for us to hem the sleeve part. So I'm going to be folding it depending on how much boldness you want on the sleeve. But I'm going to be using 1/2 inch to fold on both sides. Okay, so after that, this is what it looks like. I have the hem of the sleeve stitched at this point, and guys, at this point it's time for us to attach the facing to the neckline area. Okay, so at this point, before we do that, I have to turn to the wrong side of the blouse, and then I get the facing. I place it like so. Make sure it is well placed, and then you can hold it down with the help of an office pin just to make sure that it doesn't shift or change its position while you stitch. So after stitching, this is what it looks like. So at this point, I'm going to be notching round the sleeve. Okay, be very careful while you're notching this pointy area. So after notching, I have to turn the facing to the right side of the blouse. So after turning, this is what it looks like. It's still difficult to lay flat because one, I haven't ironed, and secondly, I haven't top stitched. So at this point, I'm going to be top stitching on the main bodies of the blouse. And after top stitching, you can see that even without ironing, it's going to lay a bit flat. Can you see? So this is the essence of you having your neckline area always top stitched. Afterwards, I'm going to be ironing the neckline so that it lays very flat. I begin by ironing the wrong side of the blouse. Afterwards, I proceed to the front part of the blouse, and I have it well ironed out as well. Okay, make sure that as you iron, the folding of the edges of the plate is not tampered with. And now I'm going to be stitching that down. So at this point, I have the edges of the facing stitched on the main blouse, and this is what it looks like, guys. So at this point, I turn to the wrong side of the fabric, and then I'm going to be closing up the sides. But to have that done, I measure the sleeve band, and then from there I'm going to be stitching all the way down to the length of the blouse on both sides. Okay, so afterwards, this is what the folding on the side looks like, and I turn to the right side. So it's time for me to pass our rope through this gauging. So with the help of an office pin at the tip of the rope, I have it passed from the beginning, which is the first opening or the first caging, and then I pass through the second one, and this is what it looks like. So after passing, I make sure that I have the ropes equal on both sides. So I'm trying to make them equal. Okay, so afterwards I pull out, as you can see me do. Okay, can you see they are equal now? Then I pull down out, and afterwards I have to create the ruchness on this blouse depending on how much you want it pulled upward. And afterwards, guys, our blouse is ready. So I have it notched at this point. This is just basically the final step for the making of this blouse. And guys, this is what it turned out looking like. Very beautiful, guys. I love the outcome of this blouse, as you can see shortly. So guys, this is what this blouse came out looking like. I totally love this blouse on this pant. I think I prefer it on the pant than the skirt. That's the initial style that we are trying to recreate. I absolutely love this. So I had to try out so many options for the footwear and the bag. That's just to accessorize this particular outfit. And guys, every accessorizing with the bag and shoe came out looking peng. So guys, please let me know which of these combos do you like. So guys, let me know which of these you prefer. Is it this outfit on this bag with a long chain hand, or this particular one with the clutch purse? But for me, guys, I absolutely love both looks, and I think I'm going to be rocking both looks depending on how I feel or how I want to feel or the occasion I'm going for, guys. So thank you guys for watching, and see you in my very next tutorial. Bye guys, and please endeavor to subscribe if you haven't at this point. See you, and I love you. Bye.